Hi, this is Brandon Splay from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the tall kneeling Pentagon landmine overhead press. That's definitely a mouthful, but basically we're going to press overhead with the landmine using a Pentagon attachment. This is a very unique attachment that you can get from a variety of suppliers. What's nice is that the handles usually rotate and it lets us be able to perform like some deadlifts and some Olympic movements in a preferred safe manner. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use the landmine to press overhead in a tall kneeling position while using this barbell. So give me an AirX pad here for my knees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically clean this up into my position here, my start position. I'm going to have a slight lean forward. I'm going to dig my toes into the ground, make sure my hips are good neutral, so I don't want to leave my butt back. Hips good and tall. So I get my abdominals in here and my glutes and my hamstrings. I'm going to press overhead, good quality reach, and then back down. The nice thing about this exercise is, for athletes that happen to have shoulder mobility problems or bad shoulder history, or they maybe can't press overhead, this bar attachment, the landmine, the angle of pressing, allows us to be able to get overhead in almost a quasi-overhead position, right? We're not necessarily straight up, but we're kind of out in front here. And then we're also able to have a neutral grip position, so our shoulder's not internally rotated. Out here, we're actually kind of up in that external rotated position here already with that hand in a neutral grip. And then we also get some glutes and hips. The glutes and hamstrings are going to help stabilize our pelvis, so it's a little bit low back friendly there. And then obviously the landmine is going to shift the angle with the particular attachment that we have. So the window of injury and of risk is much lower with this position if you want to be able to press overhead in some kind of safe manner. So that's usually probably one of the biggest problems we see with our clients and our athletes. They just don't have, I'm one of those people, I don't have the clearance to press overhead with a barbell anymore. And many athletes and clients don't really have that prerequisite either. So this is one way we can press overhead safely and still get the training effect without having to bang up shoulders, low backs, overextending, seeing many of the common issues that we see with the overhead press. We like to program this almost as like a strength exercise for the upper body, so usually 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps is what's usually on the norm. The one thing you've got to make sure you're cautious with, especially if you're working with athletes, some of your female athletes and upper body strength, something they need to develop. This attachment by itself is probably about 25, 30 pounds. So, and then you got to factor in the weight of the bar, which is 45 pounds. What the calculation and math comes in with the angles and everything, I don't know, but you're looking at basically 70 pounds, 80 pounds of hardware right here just by itself. So keep that in mind on your programming with some of your female athletes. You may be better served just to use a half kneeling or a tall kneeling single arm option versus just the attachment. But if you get that big, strong football player, shot put guy that just can't press overhead anymore, or one of those power lifters, or old quality meatheads that just wants to be able to train hard, this might be a safer option that still lets them train what they want to train, but the shoulder health is going to remain intact and that integrity is going to stay there over the long term. So it's a very unique option. You can find one of the attachments. I'd highly suggest it. We get a lot of use out of it in our facility with different exercises, but this is definitely one of the main upper body ones that I think is worth its weight in gold. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.